the last thing I'm going to show you is really the leading indicator here for where the economy is really at, and that is the ISM. Now, the Fed is telling us, and Goldman is telling us that we're probably going to avoid a recession, which I find astounding, since I actually think, based upon these leading indicators, that we're already in a recession. So how can the Fed basically say one thing and Bill basically tell you exactly the opposite? Well, my take is really simple. The Fed has become what I would call a trailing indicator for the economy. And how can the Federal Reserve, who tells us where it's at, basically become a trailing indicator for the economy? Well, as they describe it, and if you listen to Powell's and the other Fed members' comments this week, they're basically continuing to look at inflation numbers into the past and not trying to get a sense of where it's going in the future, or look at actuals that actually represent leading indicators like the ISM. So historically, if I look at this ISM, which basically tells us, if you're not clear what the ISM is, it basically tells us for large manufacturers who need to purchase goods to provide their own goods, are they buying? Is that buying accelerating or slowing down? What this tells us right here, this falling ISM value, basically tells us that manufacturing is slowing down dramatically in the United States, okay? And a number down here in the 50s, which is where this is clearly headed, means we're in a recession, okay? And if you look back to 2008, it got into the 30s. And I actually think that the mode we're in right now actually looks like the early 70s. So if I go back to 74, the ISM plummeted to 30, but look what happened afterwards. And this is really important. It spiked. Why did it spike? Because the sentiment from the Fed was exactly what it is now. As a trailing indicator, we're all about inflation. We're all about inflation. All of a sudden, deep recession, they did a 180 and they started lowering rates.